Hello and welcome to Council Catch-Up here on WSTO TV. I'm your host, Derek Westby. Just a reminder, WSTO TV is on Spectrum 981, TDS 981 in HD, on Roku, Apple, and Fire TV apps, as well as on your Android and iOS device and YouTube. We're here to talk to you about the August 27th, 2024 City Council meeting, and I'm here with Mayor Swadley. Welcome.
Morning.
So, you had the call to order. Very short agenda you had here. Anything under consent agenda you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, we had a discussion about the Art Walk, which is September 28th. They're going to have some outdoor and indoor music as part of the event. And they weren't able to run that through the Public Safety Committee because of the time. So we took it straight to council, so there was discussion about the event. And then we also kind of gave a precursor about us updating our application process for special events. We've had a number of requests this year for special event permits, and we had started to update our applications and our process before the pandemic, and we've recontinued that work with our new staff, and we're hoping that by next year at this time we'll have a more streamlined process for the approval, including some of the events we'll be able to hopefully approve internally instead of taking them through the committee and the city council, because oftentimes these things pop up and there really just isn't enough time to get through the committee and the council for approval. We would still probably do something different for the alcohol-related events, at least the inaugural event. If it's an ongoing event, we might look at that a little differently, but ultimately the city council will make those types of decisions when we look to change the ordinance.
All right. There's nothing under old business, so under new business, we had Resolution 138 of 2024 relating to the Subdivision Improvement Agreement Phase 2 of Magnolia Springs.
Yeah, so Magnolia Springs is the development south of Stoughton. They're making pretty good progress in Phase 1, and they'd like to start beginning some site work for Phase 2. There was a question that came up about the timeliness and completion of a trail. So the City Council actually postponed the vote from last night to get more information about when the trail would be completed.
All right. Then we had Resolution 139 of 2024, adoption of the revenue collection and write-off policy.
Yeah, so currently we have a lot of excess debt that was accumulated that we had written off, and we'd like to do that more periodically. Oftentimes the debt is accumulated and kind of jams up the court system, and then we end up spending more time and effort chasing for funds that are uncollectible than we can get. We do partner with a state agency to help us with the collections. But what we'd like to do is, instead of letting tens of thousands of dollars accumulate, if we've exhausted all of our options to collect the money, we'd like to have a process where we could just write off the debt. Might be annually, it might be bi-yearly or something like that. Oftentimes a lot of the debt is interest earned on fines that haven't been paid, and usually we get into the court system and arrangements are made, and sometimes we can't collect that interest anyway, or even some of the fines because of people's financial situations, or it may come through estates and things like that. So having a policy, I think, will give staff better direction going forward.
All right. Resolution 140 of 2024, forming foam.
Yeah, so basically, you might recall several months ago, we decided to participate. There's a class action lawsuit on PFAS, and so some of the municipalities are participating in the lawsuit. Others chose not to because they want to potentially pursue litigation on their own, especially those communities where they might have a manufacturer that would have a source of the product. There's a few other chemicals that have been identified that will fall into that category. So we were basically kind of staying the course and have a consistent position on where we're at as far as the PFAS settlement, and as well as these other chemicals.
And then the last item on the agenda was the discussion and possible action regarding JT Klein tax incremental financing request.
Yeah, so JT Klein is looking to do a development on 51 West near Rutland Dunn Town Line Road, and they had requested that we have some conversation regarding the cost reimbursement agreement, which it's a negotiable item, so we had that conversation in closed session.
All right. That's all we had for the August 27th, 2024 City Council meeting. Join us next month while we talk about the September meetings.